have Andres on the line here as well from SoliTek. Andres, can you hear us?
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. Now we can hear you. So
Yeah.
welcome to the webinar with SoliTek and SoliGrossisten. SoliTek is actually the module panel maker that SoliGrossisten has been working with the longest. I do believe that we bought our first panel from SoliTek in 2016. So that's quite a long relationship we have with each other. And since we still carry you and we're still proud of you and a lot of people still buy you, that means that we are very happy with your product, and so is our installers and the end users. And that's the best grade that anybody can get, that we continue to work with somebody. I'm not going to talk much more about your product because that's what Andres will do. I just want to let everybody know that, as in this webinar, that it will be recorded and it will be put up on our webpage under SolEl Academy. So you can always go back and look at it there. And most likely, that's what everybody else will be doing. They will be looking at it afterwards because we have quite a few people that have signed up for the webinar. But due to the lovely weather, most installers are out and installing panels instead on the roofs. So that's understandable. But that's it's very good that we are actually recording this. Also, if you do have any questions, we're so few people today, so either you can use the chat option and I will relay the questions to Andres, or you can just interrupt in the middle of the presentation and we can take the questions directly. So with that, Andres, I'm going to make you the presenter.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, thanks for your introduction. Can you hear me and see me well?
Yes, we can. Yeah, and you are now the presenter, Andres.
Okay. Yeah. So what I wanted to ask at the start, what is our timeline?
About an hour plus.
An hour plus. Okay. Yep. Okay. So that will not take that long from my side. I think 15 to 20 minutes. I will be very compact. Let's say not to stretch it down. Yeah. It's good to know that
there's a little bit of background noise.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the background that's?
So there shouldn't be. Maybe we try like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's better. Thanks.
It's better. Okay. So something happened to my headphones then, probably. Okay. Yeah. It's good to know that many people are on the roofs now. So yeah, the main idea, of course, and probably most of you have heard and have seen that the situation on the market with all the price changes, shortages, and everything what is happening. Yeah, so market is really tough now all around. So I will try to share how we are trying to deal with that. What is our plan to ensure availability together with SoliGrossisten? Yeah, that's as Michael told, that's one of our major partners, distribution partners, and the oldest distribution partner in Sweden, the first one we started with, actually. That's why we really appreciate the cooperation and the possibility to continue together. And I hope that many customers will be happy to to evaluate that. Yeah, now we see that it's a big problem now to make panels available and to deliver them in time for everyone. So yeah, while I was looking for a presentation now, trying to locate it, but I think I'm already here. Yeah. So can you see my screen, the presentation?
No, not at the moment. If you click on the share button, okay, now, yeah, now we see it. But
Now,
it's
now you get it.
a little bit small. We don't see the whole screen. The other way. Yeah.
Now, yeah, somehow it's not sharing properly, yeah?
Because you have two options when you click share, either the whole screen or applications, and then you can just share the application that you want to show us.
Yeah, I have done that actually. Just a second.
Yep.
I will try to stop this one. This is whiteboard. Oh, yeah, sorry for that. So I will try to share the screen now. Maybe then it will be more efficient.
Now we see the go-to meeting sign.
Yeah.
Now sharing your screen, and yeah, okay.
OneDrive, yeah.
There we are. Perfect.
Now should be better, right?
In a few seconds, it will be yes. Good. Now we see it.
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks.
So yeah, what I do, yeah, I will introduce maybe SoliTek a little bit, just a short background and the products, what we do and what we plan to deliver for the first part of the year, let's say until Q3, yeah, and what is our plan for the end of this year for the next year. Yeah, and as well how we are managing the current situation and in terms of deliveries and prices, and then we can discuss more. Yeah, after finished, so we can you can address your questions. You can do it now in the chat. Yeah, not to interrupt, and then afterwards we can have open communication altogether. So yeah. Then shortly about SoliTek, yeah, it's a part of a big manufacturing group, which started 1998 with the compact discs, and actually that was the division that I have joined in 2007, and I was responsible for the sales of our compact disc division in Scandinavia mostly. Yeah, so we were working with a lot of publishers, music publishers, magazines, and stuff like that. But of course, that industry was not growing since then. But we sold the business 2 years ago. Yeah, already. And then two new divisions were started up. One of them was solar, another one is ophthalmological division. So now company is producing both solar panels and prescripted lenses for the glasses under the same roof. So we have both productions here. When you visit, you can nowadays you can take a tour on the both. So SoliTek started, probably not many people know that SoliTek started with PV cell production. So we were producing poly cells here in-house. We still have the equipment, but of course we don't use it for the commercial scale manufacturing now. It's more like for R&D purposes and rented for the other European universities to develop new technologies and improve existing ones. So in terms of PV, so our we are developing, yeah. So I will show later on what is our plan for this year and for the end of this year, and also energy storage is coming. So Q4 we plan to deliver our own energy storage solution under the SoliTek brand name. So we will come up in the middle of the year with more details about that. Yeah, so this is a part of our factory, which is which utilizes 1 megawatt of geothermal solution that is used for both heating and cooling industrial equipment. So our running costs are really low. We don't use central heating from the grid, from the city. And of course, we have our own 150 kilowatt rooftop installation. And when it was built in 2011 and 2013 started to operate, it was recognized as the greenest industrial building in Europe. So we continue with that. As I mentioned already, we started with the PV cells and glass panels. Yeah, I remember that time when I joined the PV division. None of the producers were making the glass panels, only seldom ones. So that was pretty much, let's say, brave idea from our owners. But now we see that most of the, or all of the companies, all of the PV producers have the glass panels, bifacial panels in their portfolio. So we are in line of the development and one of the first movers on the market. So now we are focused, on the bifacial panels, on the glass, both framed and frameless. So these are our partners in research. So SoliTek was a part of a research and development of bifacial and zebra cells as well. So you probably know that all the PV technology has been developed in Europe and then, of course, transferred for the mass scale production to China or to Asian region. So, but we are still trying to keep maximum effort to produce high quality, panels with the local know-how. So our current capacity is about 180 megawatts. End of last year it was 120 megawatts. In 2020 it was 60. So we have tripled our capacity in 2 years now. So 180 megawatts means about 4,000-5,000 panels a week in reality now. So when we plan to do even more, utilizing more shifts in the production. So we were preparing to grow and planning also that in advance. So now we are ready to serve the market in the best way. So 85% of all panels we have are exported, of course, to European Union. Mostly Sweden is the market number one for us since the start. Then it's Finland, Benelux countries, and Germany. So we also plan to open new locations this year, expanding locally here in Europe, and also internationally. So US is one of the markets what we are aiming for. So here is our product roadmap. I have already mentioned shortly that Q1 2022, it's almost finalized. We increase our capacity to 180 megawatts. So also we start to work with special applications like greenhouse panels and solutions and sound wall, sound barriers for the motorways. End of this year, energy storage system will come. We'll start first deliveries. So by next year, we plan to become a player, noticeable player in the energy storage system, on the energy storage system market. Like the first factory, it's being constructed just here nearby with a capacity of about 100 megawatts of the batteries a year, with the plan to expand to 1 gigawatt if it will be needed. And of course, we are upgrading we have the plan to upgrade our lines end of next year, but it's still not clear which technology and we will go. So too many things are changing now, so we are still looking into that. Yeah, like this is the battery factory what is being constructed now. So yeah, geography, our locations where we are now. So markets what we plan to open in 2022 is like US, Italy, France, Austria, Switzerland, and Poland. Yeah, in Switzerland we started operations already. US we are certifying our panels for the US market, so we have quite a few locations in plan to open. But main idea, of course, is to keep the focus on the existing partners and be strong in the existing markets. So regarding the product portfolio, we now for this year, at least before the Q4, we want to keep it stable because demand is very high. Supply chains are hard to manage, so we don't want to change power, materials, panel size, etc. So we will have minor updates, but we'll announce it later on. Power will grow a little bit, but not changing the panel general specification, let's say. So for the standard panels, it's a 20-year warranty, and now there are two types of panels of what we do. So we have transferred almost completed to half cut, and these are full black 365 and 375 with a white backsheet. So what we plan to do shortly, in a few months from now, to use thinner frames, not 35 but 30 millimeters, and to make logistic chain more effective. We can load more panels in the truck, since prices for everything are growing. Yeah, we want to reduce the impact and also costs of the frames in total, and also all the logistic costs, and for our partners. So now instead of 800 panels, what we have per truck, there will be about 1,000 panels per truck. So that will give some 20% economy, let's say, on the logistical component. Yeah, because here locally in Europe, the freight costs are growing significantly and will be growing, what we expect. Yeah, so regarding glass portfolio also stays stable. It's a frameless panel 355 watts, and also Black Star, which is our top product, top seller now, full black glass panel with a 35 millimeter frame, 365 watts. So we continue with that, and Black Star is the main product what we focus on now, and 70% of what we produce and deliver is particularly the Black Star. 30 years warranty on all the glass panels. What we have, shortly there will be a certification update. New ISC certificate will be issued. We are testing panels for higher loads, even higher loads that we have now, more than 8,000 Pascal. So for high snow load areas, and ISO certification. We are doing also multiple social audits and audits for some bigger customers that are asking for additional approval. So we will come up with more in a few months, in maybe 2-3 months from now, with more information about that. But the main idea is to get more transparency and more understanding for the customers how socially responsible and environmentally responsible we are with that. And also one of the certificates what we will upgrade is the cradle to cradle. Yeah, as probably you know or heard, that we have silver grade now. For the ones who haven't seen that or haven't heard about it yet, so cradle to cradle is a complex certification of the whole environment we operate with: production, labor, social, environmental aspects, not only inside our company, but involving the whole supply chain. So in here are the five main points. It's a material health, yeah, what number of dangerous or percentage of dangerous materials we are using in the panels. So now we plan to reduce it to the certain level to get the gold score, cradle to cradle gold score. So now we are the only ones who have the silver in the world. So we will have the first ones who got the gold for sure as well. So material reutilization means that more than 95% of the panel can be reused after the lifetime, deassembled glass cells and the other components and used in the other industries for other products, for example. So renewable energy management states how we are using the energy. So we have a certificate for that all the energy that we are buying for production comes from the renewable sources, yeah, for example. Also, one of the points is how we treat the water, yeah, that the water is coming out of the factory is drinkable, yeah, so we have a platinum score for that, the highest one. And social fairness, of course, I think mostly in Sweden, that's the main point. For example, in Netherlands, it's more about material reutilization. Yeah, in Sweden, we see that it's about social fairness. So social fairness stating the certification body is checking the taxes, salaries, working conditions, forced labor. Of course, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. So, and it's been verified not only with us, with SoliTek, but with the whole supply chain. So we have to show our whole supply chain for the certification body. And I know that there are many questions now, especially from Sweden, like where you are buying your cells from and what is the origin. Yeah, so we can openly say, of course, like it's not a perfect world and we have to buy it from China now, but we do it from the verified partners. We do it for many years now. So, and we are checking them ourselves on the regular basis. So we know who we work with, and and it's been verified also by the third party. Yeah, and we are not hiding it as our competitors, as some of our competitors do. So, yeah, going forward here. So again, maybe just to mention a few main advantages of the glass is the high load of the frameless panels that that the glass can hold, and we will increase it even more now from 9,000 Pascal from 8 to 9,000 Pascal. So we are finalizing the test next week of our panels with the certification body Fire Class A and ammonia and salt mist resistance. So we have certification for all of that. Yeah, just to remind what is maybe specific or really different from for the SoliTek glass panels is the POE foil, what we use inside. So we are doing it for 9 years already in a row. Nothing has changed. Yeah, this is the special foil that costs about 4 times more than EVA. I mean, in terms of the panel, it's not the most expensive component, but the most critical part of it. So for the ones who were using the frameless panels, you have seen probably the edges of the panels, they are covered with the material that is similar to the silicone, but it's a POE foil, exceed foil that is coming out after the lamination and covering the edges of the panel. So that's why we call our panel like solid, because everything is made in one step, in one iteration. So we don't use any extra additional materials to cover the edges. So it's all, baked as a solid product in one step. So, and POE is completely artificial material, so it has no acetic acids inside. So it's not reacting with water or air. so it's much more environmentally much more resistant to the environment. That's why the lifetime is much longer. So we've been testing our glass panels for 50 years of lifetime. So maybe here I can tell you how we do it and how all the producers do that. So we all use same certification bodies in Europe to verify the panels. And normally when we say, okay, it's a 10-year warranty or 15 years warranty, that means that panel is tested for 1,000 hours in the climatic chamber. 1,000 hours is equal to 10 years. So, and then we see how the product is stable over the testing period, which is equalized to the real environment. So this is the procedure everyone is relying on, since the crystalline panel production technology is pretty much conservative over the years. So glass panels we have tested for 5,000 hours. It's equal to 50 years, and we are giving 30-year warranty just to be realistic and to be on the safe side, not to promise too much. But yeah, so we can say openly that over the 9 years of operations, what we have, if we speak about the defect percentage, it's not even zero something percent. It's 0.000. So I think like from the last year it was about 16 panels what we have changed out of almost 40,000. So technology is proven to be really stable and really performing. Yeah. Of course, there were some defects and some issues at the early stages when we started to produce, but being an open company, we always accept the claims and look deeper into the defects or something that is not in line with the warranty. So, and this is how we can correct the mistakes and make the quality really good and stable. Yeah, so in these changing times, how we plan to manage our deliveries and serve our partners. So we made the decision to work only with the distributors. Yeah, before, when we were starting and growing, of course, we were working with different profile companies, mostly installers and distributors, mostly bigger installers and distributors. Yeah, now we are focusing only on distributors. Why? Because we are motivating them to make bigger orders up front, and then they are buying not depending on their situation, but on the regular basis. And when we know what we will produce for the next 3 to 6 months, we can plan our operations as well. And you as an installer, you can count on you can talk to your distributor, to SoliTek, and get the delivery times, get the price, so get the feeling of the availability. And it works really well, I must say. So SoliTek is one of the biggest distributors in total for SoliTek what we have. So we have really good cooperation for many years. So compared to the last year, if we say our planning period was just a few weeks, now it's at least 3 to 6 months. So we have orders from distributor already for the June. And now we will start to ask for the July, August, and September. So I motivate you to do the same, to share your forecasts with the distributors with approximate figures, what you plan to install or what you plan to sell. Yeah, because the demand is growing very high now all over, and we see significant shortage on all the markets, especially for glass panels. So it seems like our friends, our competitors are. So we are all in the same boat, facing same issues. But so we want to help our existing partners, our loyal partners. So if the new companies or new distributors are coming to us now and saying, okay, now we want to work with you, so okay, but first we want to be sure that our existing partners are served well. Then if we have extra capacity and possibility, then we can deliver to other partners in other areas. But if not, we will not do that. So this is our strong focus now. And yeah, production capacity increased. I have mentioned it already, and automation and the production is increased significantly. So we have approximately same amount or even less amount of people in the production, but tripled capacity. So that means that automation is in place. So now there is no manual transfer from one production step to another. Everything is done automatically. And yeah, now we are also hiring third and probably fourth shift at the production to avoid the bottlenecks. So we are ready to produce in the serve in the best way. So yeah, we call it better be safe than sorry. So and we for now it works. We are happy with how everything turns out for the moment with our partners. So we want to continue in the same way. So some of the then at the end I want to show some of the products that we are working with in development. Mentioned already, well, sound wall barriers, greenhouse solutions. This is the big thing, especially in Germany. What is in Netherlands? What is coming now? Yeah, so we plan also to open our factory for visitors. Actually, already now it's possible, but from April, which is not the best time, I know, for all of you, but still. But in the meanwhile, you can take a virtual tour. Here is the link I can share afterwards with Michael, and he can share with you, and you can take a tour and see how our production looks like nowadays. But otherwise we will have more events and more possibilities to show our premises later on this year. Yeah, so that's it from my side. Please, yeah, if you have some questions, welcome to ask.
Seems to be a pretty good presentation because so far there are no questions in the chat room.
Yeah.
Anybody have a question? You actually you may unmute and ask it directly instead. So. It was a very good presentation. I must say a good walkthrough of your production line and also about your environmental awareness and your transparency. And that is something that we've been valuing a lot, and more customers are valuing as well. And for all you installers out there, you always find these documents under each panel. So just click on each panel, and under document and videos, you will find all the certifications, both for the factory and also for the individual panels. And if you have any questions down the line, you're always welcome to come back to me and raise questions, and I will forward them to Andres. One thing that we haven't talked about, because we will talk about it in 2 weeks' time, is your building your BIPV, your roof integrated system,
yes.
Together with the Swiss SolRift. But that is the next webinar in 2 weeks, same time and same day of the week. So then Andres will be back. Okay. Does anybody have any questions that you would love to ask Andres at this time? Oh,
No?
seems like a content group.
Yeah. So no questions usually means that everything is clear or nothing is clear.
Yeah, it's either or. But in my ears, I presume that all is clear. So thank you, Andres, for a good
Thanks,
presentation
Michael.
for
Thanks,
both
Ed.
your
Yeah,
company
everyone. Mm.
and your production line and everything. So, and we welcome you back and everybody else in 2 weeks' time.
Mm. Okay.
Yep. Thank you so much. Bye.
Good. Thanks for that. Take care. Bye.
Bye.